Welcome to the Gaming Pulpit. This is your host, All Things Sony. Let me know in the comments what you liked or disliked about the video, and if you liked it, a sub would be appreciated. Let's get on with topics. So the subject of The Last of Us has been beaten to death. I don't want to talk about that game. What I do want to talk about is Neil Druckmann. And not about his skills in writing or lack thereof, but his personality and how that concerns me. We're going to talk about the definition of gaslighting, which is what I believe this person is actually doing for everybody. Let's take a look and see what the definition of gaslighting is. So if you haven't heard of gaslighting, this is the actual definition of it. Gaslighting is an elaborate and insidious technique of deception of psychological manipulation, usually practiced by a single deceiver or a gaslighter on a single victim or multiple people over an extended period of time. Its effect is to gradually undermine the victim's confidence in his own ability to distinguish truth from falsehood, right from wrong, reality from appearance, therefore rendering them pathologically dependent on the gaslighters in his thinking or feelings. With that being said, Neil Druckmann and Naughty Dog had a monumental task of creating a sequel to one of the most critically acclaimed games of last generation. It actually put the PlayStation 3 and Sony back on the map. It showed a lot of people a quality that hasn't been really ever presented, whether it be graphics and just storytelling and just the high quality caliber of acting that they exhibited in the game. Having all of those awards will definitely gas you up. You know, if somebody is really kind of telling you you've made the best game of all time, which I never believed that in The Last of Us case, but if someone's told you that that is the best game of all time, I'm pretty sure you won't walk out of that discussion unscathed in terms of you're going to feel like you are better or have some sort of task. Now you are important and you want to use that importance and power, so to speak, to change the world. So there were a couple of agendas that Neil Druckmann specifically, because I believe this is his game, wanted to tackle. He wanted to tackle equality. He wanted to tackle, social standards. He wanted to tackle, the fact that stereotypes and a lot of different things he wanted to tackle since he had a platform. But just like Star Wars and multiple mediums, there are these people that see a platform or a success story or a success sort of whatever you want to call it, a platform, if you will, and they try to capitalize on it since they know that it's basically all eyes are on that, whatever the medium is or whatever the object is. So Neil Druckmann decided, hey, you know what I want to do? I am so tired of looking at video games that always are about visual splendor in terms of characters. All these waifus and big ass titties and big asses and just overly sexualized characters, and there's no one really representing the LGBTQ community at all. And there's really nobody representing the rights of females, really. You always want to objectify a female, and I'm just sick of it. So since I have a platform and since all eyes are on me, because this is such a big title, I have something to say about all of you bastards. I really can't stand you. You guys are disgusting. You disgust me. So I'm going to dig deep down in myself and really pull out all of the disgusting nature of humanity and show you guys how ugly you guys are. I'm going to make a game that defies everything, all the conventions of a game. So you like that man, this gruff white male, and just the typical family of a mom and a dad and a daughter or a son, and how that's supposed to be. That's not how the world is. The world is actually about what you want it to be. And stop pushing off things that are different. So that man that's so typical in video games, I'm going to kill him. And you know what? I'm going to make the actual character, the main character, into a character that you would never suspect. I'm going to make this character a lesbian. Not bisexual, but a lesbian, because no one's representing them at all. And that's who you're going to have to play. And I'm also going to make a side character into a character that isn't sexy. That is just the total opposite of what regular video game conventions are. I'm going to make this character just defy all conventions. She's going to be big and strong, because that's not what women. That's a typical thing to say. A woman is weak and gentle and delicate. This is going to be a big bitch. She's going to fuck you all up. And you know what? On top of it, I know you guys wanted to see two girls kissing, or some kind of sex scene of a heterosexual. I'm going to have this really, really different scene with a man and a strong woman have sex. Just totally go against it. So that's the premise, and it's going to be about revenge and how you guys love violent games and you want to sit there and kill people. I'm going to assign all the NPCs names so you can feel guilty about killing these people. I'm going to make them gurgle. You know what I mean? I'm going to have you kill dogs. You should really feel ashamed about your human nature, just ugly. I know that went on forever and ever. But this is the mindset that I think that Naughty Dog or Neil Druckmann has actually went into. That's what he dove into when he created this game. I get that it's his story, but you are making a medium of consumption. If I want somebody to buy my cupcakes, I'm not going to go against the grain and say, everybody suspected cupcakes to be sweet. I'm going to make a salty, bitter cupcake. And I want everybody to buy it. Because you know what? That's my right. When you make a game, there's orders of which you have to do things. I'm not talking about character designs or anything like that. You got to make a game enjoyable. And Neil Druckmann basically had this idea in a platform. And he wanted to change the world with this platform. But what he ended up doing is he structurally created these protection mechanisms. He created a lesbian character. So if you didn't like her, if you were so used to playing males, then you're a bigot if you didn't like the girl. Furthermore, you created another character, a side character that didn't have the conventions of a typical woman. And if you didn't like her, you're a bigot. Okay? You're a person that just does not like, a difference. And I'm going to create a religious cult, because you really shouldn't have any religion nowadays. And I'm going to show you how stupid religion is. And if you say anything about that, then guess what? You're a bigot as well. That's the gaslighting he did. So if the game failed or had some shortcomings, you can't even say anything, because it's always going to be positioned as you being a bigot if you didn't like it. The bottom line is this. This is not a review for The Last of Us Part 2. These are observations. The character, Abby, is not written well. It's not because she's big. It's not because, she killed off the typical white male character. She's just not written well. The game is not written well. It's not. That's the problem that a lot of these fans are having. Not that Joel died or anything of that nature. The game is not written well. You had an idea and you didn't execute it. I don't know what ended up happening. I don't know if there was a struggle between two writers. Who the hell knows? The end result is that the story jumps all over the place. If you wanted somebody to feel some sort of empathy or anything of that nature, then you gotta let me learn the character, regardless of what the character looks like. That's the problem with the game. I don't know who this bitch is. She just killed the main character of the last game that sold 15, 16, 17 million units. And then you want me to feel sorry for her, and I don't know anything about this bitch. This is the equivalence. This is the equivalence of saying, you know, we all know about R. Kelly, right? We all know about R. Kelly. And how he basically conned all these girls, gaslit all these girls, whatever you want to call it, and had sex with them and protected and paid off people, right? And then he went to jail. How do we know that R. Kelly was not a product of molestation and he just continued on this cycle? The media blew it all up about R. Kelly doing all these heinous acts with these young women. But no one ever talked about his past. Now, I'm not condoning this situation at all. But imagine if that was a story, right? You show R. Kelly doing all these fucked up things, right? And then you would have tried to do a flashback of when R. Kelly was younger and how he got molested. I don't give a fuck about you being molested. You did all this shit with these women or these little girls. That's the story. That is the order for which Naughty Dog has written The Last of Us. That's the problem. I don't care. You showed me some fucked up shit and then you tried to you change my mind over time. And the problem with this is, going back to our The Last of Us, is that you literally killed him off for shock value. If the story wasn't leaked, that would have caught you off guard. And they wanted you to feel so angry that she did that. That you was going to be in Ellie's shoes. And then it was like, oh, okay. So you know how you feel angry about it? Now let's see how you feel when you look at it at Abby's side. I don't give a fuck. It's inexcusable on both ends, but it's really inexcusable. Because I don't know her. You should have had her being young and talking to her dad and then interacting with all these other people that you end up killing. And then you show that scene leading up to it. That would have made more sense. That's why I say that the writing, and a lot of people are saying that the writing is sloppy. But here, you can't even complain about this shit. You can't complain about it because he put all these little things in his way of showing you how shitty his story writing is. If you don't like Abby, you don't like her because she's a strong woman. If you don't like Ellie, you don't like her because she's a lesbian. That's how he set it up. I can guarantee you the next game will not sell anything like what this Last of Us is. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to talk about the sales slowing down because it's going to slow down. It's so fast that it will slow down. That's just what it's going to do. That's what it's going to do. But we'll see after a month how well this game sells. People are going to be pissed by it because you defied it. And I don't even know why he's complaining anyway. Because that's what you wanted in the first place. And then you set it up so no one can hate on it, or else they're going to get called out because we're in a world of cancel culture. You know what I mean? They're looking for somebody to say something that isn't on the right side of history so they can be excused for other shortcomings. Anyway, next topic. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I had a discussion on Twitter about me slowing down my videos, right? And I just didn't want. You slow down the videos. I wasn't getting any kind of fulfillment out of it. It was depressing. It was like I'm not getting the views, and it's not because the content is bad. It's because YouTube isn't putting my shit out. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. And then I got the little bit of viewers that did watch me. It was like, y'all, you know, that sucks. That gave me all the inspiration I need. And the reason why I bring this up is because I usually made videos that were very short and bite-sized so you can read it. Now I don't really care. If I have a platform to speak and talk, since it's not going to get that many views at this point in time, I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to do it in a bite-sized way anymore. It is what it is. My next topic is about apparently games are going to be the pricing of games are going to skyrocket. That's the point. And I'm seeing here people are not even saying shit about it. It's not okay, I will say this. The issue with this is that there are people that are speaking against it. But it's so interesting to see people say, "Oh, well, I mean, it was going to happen anyway." You guys fight for fucking uncensorship, right? Where they had Devil May Cry and her ass was being covered with the light and shit like that. You guys are fighting for that. You're fighting for, cross platforms or cross play and all that other shit. And you fighting for your life with this shit. I mean, you really are trying. Like, you are really like, I can't. This is ridiculous. But you guys don't fight for the price being higher? The last almost 10 years has been shitty games that had a whole bunch of DLC connected to it and microtransactions. And then you allow the games to be $70. Why aren't you niggas fighting for it to stay where it's at? Because they were already getting their money. They were already getting their money. You know what? Make a shorter game and increase the fucking quality of your games. Not everything has to be triple A. And I get it. But now I want you guys to think of it on this end. A lot of the R&D that goes into the games nowadays is going to be, I don't want to say subsidized, but eliminated, I will even say. Because now I don't have to have a team to try to cram all these graphics in or different models according to your distance, which is called level of detail or LOD. You could just throw the fucking shit out there and the system will do the rest. These systems are even easier to develop for. And then they're saying, "Oh, we need more money. We need more money." And I'm not trying to, you get games that selling 15 or 10 to 15 million. Okay. If you get all those fucking games that sells all those many, you can't tell me that you're not making any kind of fucking money. Why don't you do this? Why don't you try to make a fun game or try to make a multiplayer game like Fortnite, because Fortnite is free, unless you want to buy all these other things. Have fucking outfits or whatever to subsidize your fucking income. Don't make us pay $60 for a 7-8 hour game. But that's not even the developer's fault. The problem with all this shit is y'all motherfuckers are not even fighting for this shit. You fighting for crossplay, which y'all don't even fucking use. I don't want new DLC of my games, but now when the games are going to be higher, now you really think DLC is not going to be, or microtransactions won't exist? You're out of your fucking mind if you don't think that shit. We got shitty games throughout this whole generation, and you guys don't even fucking bother fighting for it. You willing to pay almost $100 for these fucking games? I hope you know that's going to be like $75 after taxes in the US. In a lot of places. It's going to push people to do fucking DLC. And then all these talk about, I'm tired of the annual releases. And you still have Call of Duty selling all these billions of fucking dollars. Or millions or whatever the fuck it is. But you don't want to fight for this? This is inexcusable. As a gamer, you shouldn't even want this shit. Unreal. Unreal, guys. Unreal. Y'all betting on the wrong fucking horse, yo. Y'all so ridiculous. You guys are so ridiculous with this shit. You letting this fanboy fucking war get the best of you. You letting games like The Last of Us do all sorts of stupid shit. Fucking Red Dead Redemption do stupid shit too with shitty ass online. Grand Theft Auto doing stupid shit. And you care about the dumbest fucking things. I didn't even need no fucking crossplay. It was irrelevant for what I was looking for. Y'all fighting for stupid shit that I don't even care about. This concern culture and cancel culture. Get with it. Get with the program.